kind of sad, but amazing. There was this fly dead already, right? And then this other fly was almost like dragging it. Like it must have been like a husband and wife or something. Because I see it, I was like, damn, there's one. It was either breakdancing around its dead body or it was trying to carry it or something. But I fucking got it, dude. They died together like fucking, what was that? Nicholas Sparks fucking The Notebook.
Okay.
Spoiler alert. That's how I have sex.
Interesting. That's a visual I don't really want to see, but good for you.
Just all of this hot and sweaty, just dripping on you. You think my sweat tastes like bacon grease?
Probably.
This is not the way anybody wants this podcast to start, even.
But there's one person. One person would love for us to start with saying, "Hey, we're on the Deluxe Edition Network. 2 new podcasts of the month because there's 2 every time." Spoiler alert, not us. It's the Broken System Podcast and the Quad Pro Quo. Great podcast over at the Deluxe Edition Network. Go check them out. They're awesome. I listened to them. There were some good ones last month, some good ones here, and that's all I got. Check out Draft Top as well. Do you like drinking topless? I do.
Oh, you know what? I just found my Draft Tops the other day.
Ooh, it's like it's meant to be.
Now I don't have anything to drink them with.
Touche. Either way, we know you love them, and you can talk about them. And Draft Top's cool. Check them out. There's links in all the descriptions. Click it, or just go to drafttop.com. Maybe use code BeardLaws. I don't know if it'll work. Should. If it doesn't, then just pay full price. It's cool stuff. Takes the top right off your can. I love it. Ooh, baby. Good old cream ale. Good stuff. Toby disappeared. He's looking for it.
Let me ask this. How long have we been part of the Deluxe Edition Network?
That's a good question.
How many podcasts are in the Deluxe Edition Network?
Probably like 25, 30.
Okay.
We've probably been 2-3 months?
Long enough to where the 2 featured every week. We should have, just by statistical percentages alone, should have been at least them once. How have we not been at least once?
Well, they're podcasts of the month, not week. So that's why. And they're all they laid them out for the whole year. They laid them out before the month, before we started.
Those bastards.
So 2024 is going to be the year of us. I can feel it.
It's going to be the year of Beard Laws.
Plus, the good thing is we have the Beard Laws podcast. We also have Triple T that is on the Deluxe Edition. So we have a better chance. We have 2 of the shows on there. And we're going to be on there. I got a feeling at some point. But yeah. So it's monthly, not weekly. Maybe I've been saying weekly. If so, that's on me. Podcast of the month.
Every time I talk about the podcast to somebody new that doesn't know about it, they're like, "Oh, what's the name of the podcast?" I'm like, "It's Beard Laws." And they're like, "Why the fuck are you on a podcast named Beard Laws?" I'm like,
listen,
man, your comment's not designed to fucking make me feel good. I understand that, but you can keep that shit to yourself. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
And I mean, there's times where Toby, he's a facial hair chameleon, and he'll have a beard. He might have chops. He might have, thankfully, never just a goatee. Let's face it, goatees are fucking weird. You haven't had one of those since we've been hanging out in many years. I think I
had just a goatee once for like 3 days because the wife was like, "Why don't you try it?" I was like, "Why don't you know?" And she goes, "To try it." And she goes, "You got to shave anyway." So I did, and I was like, "Mm-mm."
Know what they call goatees where I come from? They call it prison pussy. And for that reason alone, I'll never have a goatee.
It's hilarious.
It's always been a thing because there's 2 jails where I'm from, so there's lots of correction officers and there's lots of jokes like that. So my bad, you were probably going to make fun of Toby.
No, I was going to say that even whenever he shaves his mustache, it's still thicker than mine. So kudos to you, Toby. Even right now, it's still thicker than mine.
If there's one thing I can say that I can be proud of is when I do cut just the mustache. It looks pretty good. Like I've got that built-in Tom Selleck, Burt Reynolds style mustache. Like I can't get a big bushy. Like if Matt cut just to a mustache, it'd be epic. Mine is just reminiscent of the fucking late the 80s and 90s.
I think I'd be forced to grow a mullet because that would be this only acceptable way that I can go mustache only. So I'm doomed. Or just mullet.
Mullet and stash, they do go together, kind of like peanut butter and jelly, right? I mean, if you're gonna go, you got a couple of guys I've seen with just a stash and a mullet. Not bad, but I've seen some people that have a mullet and a mustache, and it's like, shit, you are not allowed around the school, people, definitely swimming pools.
I always think it's funny that when I shave into the, I don't remember what they call this one, but you get the mustache and then it goes into the chops.
Yeah.
The number of people that are like, "Hey, Tiger King," I'm like, what is the basis of people's comparisons most of the time? Because I'll cut it like that and people will call me Hulk Hogan. I'm like, listen,
here, brother,
you guys are making these comparisons that make zero sense. First of all, the Tiger King has got a long blonde haired fucking mullet. So, and he just has like that Hulk Hogan style chops. He either has just the handlebar, or he would like have the connection as well. So if the only thing that connects us is this part of the beard that I have and the fact that I wear a hat, we're not making good connections. It's like when I grow just a mustache, people are like, "It's me, Mario." I'm like, nope, don't have a mustache of that style whatsoever. That'd be Matt if he shaved into his. Or I'll, like, I get a beard and I wear a hat, and people are like, I thought you look like Eminem. I'm like, no, the fuck I don't, man. Like, I don't look like Eminem just because I have a beard and wear a hat. Like, there's no
comparison. I'm Caucasian.
Yeah, our head shapes are completely different. Everything is different. Like,
yeah.
Oh God. Like, I did
whenever
get
I wear a
compared
hat,
though to Pitbull today because of this.
Well, why?
And
Mr. Well, why?
A bald guy Ferrari. Has anybody said that yet? Is it? No, that's not his style, does it?
No, that's not his style either.
It's been a while since I've seen any of his.
I still think the dude from Disturbed, man. I still get that. I saw the clip of that again too. I even told my wife, I was like, listen. I was like, look at this guy. And I was like, no, Disturbed. And she's like, oh my God. And I was like, would you put 2 Funyuns on your chin to cosplay as this? And she's like, oh my God, that'd be epic. I was like, right? And I was like, if you want to spice it up a little bit,
you gotta
flaming hot.
You gotta play it on your big screen. You gotta play it on your big screen, cut the Funyuns, and then hold it up and then show the wife and be like, what about this? Look at that. Just look.
Right. If I had some Funyuns, that sounds so fucking. If we need a sponsor, Funyuns, hit me up, man. You know how many times I've told people about my high snack of making a peanut butter and Funyun sandwich? Don't knock it till you try it. It is delicious. Get at me. Frito-Lay, is that you? Thank you.
Hit him up. So did you know that the Disturbed singer's actual real name is David Draymond?
Mm-hmm.
Draymond? I thought it said Drain Man, and I was like, oh shit, that's a plumber. Weird Mario thing. But did you also know that his mother cried when she first saw his piercings?
Well, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, he comes from a, if I remember correctly, he comes from a pretty conservative family, fairly religious background, and was raised with, what was it? He was
traditional Jewish,
classically trained opera singer.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I didn't want Matt to be alone, so I threw on the
I know that honestly, I didn't notice it for a second. I was like, when the fuck did he put on glasses?
You want me to do it like this?
Oh,
you're really.
Well, I was about to show David Draymond on the screen, and then he put the glasses on, and I was like, nope, doesn't look like him anymore.
Oh, here you go. You want me to do it like this?
I was gonna let me find a good picture. Let's go this one. This looks like a good heartbreaker picture. Like he's like, hey, let's see here. So for anybody that is just listening, you're not going to be able to see this, but anybody watching, obviously, you're going to be able to see the comparison. Let me slide Toby up here. Let me press. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Yeah. Oh, put your hand over your nipple, like that guy. Do it the other way.
You want me to do it like this one?
Yeah.
He's like.
Yep. Oh shit.
100%. Twins.
100%. Twinsies. You guys are related.
You need.
He looks a little bit more like the guy from Saturday Night Live that was on Night at the Roxbury, though. Just a little bit more. He's got the smaller guy there. Not Will Ferrell, obviously.
I don't know.
You're talking about I'm thinking it's Chris Kattan. Isn't he the short guy in Night of the Roxbury?
Chris Kattan. Yeah, he's got a very Chris Kattan nose to him, and kind of lip shape.
I know, but I'm just saying, if you're at a bar and you're like, oh my God, the guy from Disturbed is here, and you're at the bar, and you're like, they'd be like, fuck, that is him. You know what I mean? Like, Easily.
Here's the thing. I'm telling you, if like you see him and he always dresses in black and he's usually wearing things that kind of shape him. But when you see him, like you see like people take videos of him live at concerts and everything, that man has the daddest of the dad bods. And him and I have very similar body shapes. Like it's, I'm curious to know what his height is. Because I'm sure he's taller than me, but the fact that our body shape is that similar, I'm just like,
He's
a little guy like me.
He doesn't look over 6. I want to say he's probably 5'9".
Okay. Toby, you have a guess?
I'm going to say like 5'8".
Close. 5'7".
Oh,
he
shit.
Is 1 fucking inch taller than me, you guys.
Yep. He's 5'7", born in Brooklyn.
Won't you give it to me?
And he's 50. 50 years old. All right, there we go. Look at that. David.
Wait a minute. He's how old?
50.
I'm 48.
Born in 73. I think.
I'm telling you guys. I'm like Miss
long lost brother. Long lost brother.
55, 6.5, technically, if you break it down according to IMDb.
He is 1/2 an inch taller than me.
And if you break it down to meters, guess what that is? 1.69. All right.
Giggity.
Yeah. All right.
So you're trying to, I don't know what you are, but yeah, I think you guys are related. You have to be somehow.
My dad's got some explaining to do. Maybe when I go to my grandpa's funeral on the 23rd, I'll be able to talk to him about it then.
Show him a picture and be like, "Who the fuck is this? Who's this guy?
Dad, who the fuck is this guy? Yeah. Mom, you got some explaining to do.
When's the last time you were in Brooklyn, Mom?
Oh shit! Well, back in 1972, I actually took a trip there once.
Can you believe she starts playing Beastie Boys? No, slave till Brooklyn.
Actually, I couldn't stand it. I know y'all planned it. So I wanted to bring this up. All right, there's been some stuff on all over the internet, all over other podcasts, and I think our take on what is going on is going to be fun. It's going to be a little fucked up, and I think it's going to be good. And it's aliens. All right, and I know Blink-182. We talked about them a little bit ago, and they are all about aliens. At least one of them. They have songs about aliens and stuff, and they're all over the news. And if you haven't heard that, I'm not a guy that listens to the news, and I actually heard this on the Hey Babe podcast, Joe Rogan, almost any podcast I listen to, they at least had a little bit about this alien news from spacecrafts. They apparently found bodies, but I'm not going to go on and on. I want to hear your guys kind of take, obviously, a fun take on this. I don't think there's anything that needs to be too serious about alien news or, the weird government part of it, or maybe they're hiding this and that, because apparently they were killing some people off, according to this guy. I don't know how true that is. That's what I heard again on a podcast. It was some podcast with some comedians and some really funny fucking jokes, but curious what you guys have heard, think, and I have some other things I'm going to chime in on that, but it's wild shit.
I'm just trying to figure out when they're going to have like bunny ranches for aliens, because how much do you think it would cost to like sleep with one? You know what I mean? Like, I would pay probably $2,000 just to say that I gave anal to like Area 51 slut. You know what I mean? I would easily. Would you guys drop $2,000? I would.
But here's the other question, Ewan. How do you know you haven't already?
Facts.
They haven't released, because they say that they've had actual contact with alien beings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they've said that. We never were told what they looked like. They didn't describe what they look like. They didn't have photos of what they look like. So how do you know that you haven't already?
It's true. If you think about it, there's got to be go ahead. There's got to be some weird people that you have always thought and been like, man, there's just something.
You've been slept with some fucked up people,
dude. I'm just saying, the chick that got it on with a popsicle.
That's what popped in my mind.
Obviously, she's used to different climates out there in the space. It's cold, and I never did find the stick. So obviously, wood is a nutrient, and that's why she liked to sleep a lot. I love her. You should call me again later.
I never thought we'd come full circle back to that story.
Ever.
But here we are.
It's almost August, summertime, popsicles, bomb pops. Haven't heard a thing about Popsicle Girl. We bring up aliens, and let's be honest, I can't be the only one that doesn't that naturally thinks probing because of movies and stories and books. But there's all these stories, and they kept showing the one from the kid in, I don't know, Vegas area, I believe, that saw him and his brother were working on the vehicle. They saw the noise. There was the cop with the body cam and everything like that. They heard it. They heard the sonic boom, and this I'm going to say kid only because he's younger. I don't know the actual age. They're working on a vehicle at midnight, and all of a sudden he said his body had like paralysis when they were looking at this creature. They said it was greenish tint but dark, and started to kind of describe it. And then he said it sounded like there was thousands of footsteps as it approached him, and he couldn't move. Neither of them could move. And then all of a sudden it was kind of gone, and then he can move again. Called 911. He actually had they showed the 911 call. The kid put it right out on YouTube and stuff, and I don't know, fucking weird.
So
thing.
how long ago did this happen?
I want to say May.
Okay, and you said this was in Vegas.
I believe it was Vegas. Don't if somebody can probably correct me.
Where's the security camera footage proving what happened from the building that they were next to? Because there's no such thing as no security camera footage in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Every corner, every inch of that entire city is coated in cameras. You can feel all you want. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But believe you me, that shit is on a recording at some business somewhere, whether it be the cops or private businesses or public businesses, or hell, somebody else's cell phone. Somebody caught you doing whatever it was the fuck you were doing. So sure, to you and your friends you were doing it with, you might not talk about that. But let me explain. You are definitely the talk of somebody's town that day.
Agree. And they're going to have a cell phone or whatever. The only thing that they did show, again, it was me listening to a YouTube video through a podcast of somebody else's. So it was hard to hear, but there was something about, they showed a couple of ring cam footages of the booms and other stuff, but no creature. And a 10-foot creature, I think, is what was being broadcasted. And all they saw was the police body cam of the light. But I agree with you, Toby. There had to be something. But a lot of them were kind of thinking like, all right, well, if this has been such a thing that they're trying to cover everything up back in the day or this or that, like, why is this video on there? Why is this guy alive? Why hasn't he been forced? Because this, what do they call them? Whistleblowers?
Yeah, whistleblowers.
Why not call him a referee? They were saying that this whistleblower was scared for so long, and that whole kind of movie scene, you know, you say something, you're going to die, they're going to put you off, they're going to quiet you, whatever it is. That's an interesting.
Here's the other thing. This is all coming out of an extremely convenient time, right? Unemployment is starting to skyrocket. People with six-figure household incomes are barely scraping by paycheck to paycheck. The price of groceries is through the roof. Gas prices keep going up while the cost per barrel keeps going down. You know, Bezos is buying his 8th yacht while the factory workers that he pays are not living, you know, livable wages. You know, like there's all sorts of things going on. I mean, shit, we all saw fucking Mr. Senator there fucking go into complete pause mode the other day while he was at the podium, and they were like, oh, okay, his batteries ran out, let's take him out. Biden keeps fucking up, like, and so of course they make another thing about Trump. So all of this is my favorite part about the entire everything coming out about UFOs are real, aliens are real, here's our proof. My favorite part about it is how the entirety of America is like, what? Yeah, we knew, man. Who cares?
Exactly.
Like, get it so that I can afford groceries again, and I'll give a shit about whatever it is that you're trying to cover up with this fucking story.
Yep.
Exactly.
One thing too that a lot of these people kind of started questioning is we're hearing it, that they're releasing it here and all this stuff and all these the convenience, like kind of you were saying. But and I'm going to ask you guys this, not because I just don't know, and they kind of were kind of wondering too, is this stuff, these sightings, this whole aliens exist, is it happening anywhere else? Or does it seem to be just the U.S. right now? Like I Googled quickly, like France, Australia, aliens, and just different, continents, countries, everywhere, cities. And it seems everything's just U.S. And I don't know if it's because of what my search through Google is gonna lead, or is it just kind of going on with us?
Do you remember that video? You might remember it as well. That video from Russia, like a few years back, where guys driving down the main road, and it's just like, it looks almost like a comet or a meteor is like streaking through the sky, and then everything gets super bright, and then it's just gone. And there was several different angles of that same thing, and that went quiet real quick.
Yes.
Because it's Russia. The reason why we haven't heard of aliens in Russia or Korea or China, all these other larger areas, is because those governments kill those people.
Yeah. Apparently ours did. Allegedly. But if they're listening to us, maybe we're there next. But one wild theory, another one that I heard, and I'm only saying not to get anybody fired up or take a political route or anything, is just because I think it's fucking wild. But then there's all of these articles. But then again, there's articles about flat earth and all this stuff. Is I saw and read a ton of shit that they thought that somehow the Germans not worked with or came up with this technology with the saucers and all this stuff. And during like World War II and all of that stuff, they had all this technology. That's how they were able to do what they did and everything like that. But then all of a sudden, apparently Germany is still one of the richest countries in the world. So now there's this whole thing that they sold, and they have some of the most gold in the entire world, that they sold this technology to potentially us or someone else. And that's why they really haven't been able to do anything. And then now they're all, of course, these had to be jokes, but they're like, what if fucking Hitler was an alien? That motherfucker went crazy. What if he was an alien? But there's all of these ties to aliens in Germany, right in the late 1920s and 1930s. Tons and tons and tons of articles. You could go down a rabbit hole. I didn't, because I didn't really give a fuck, but it's a wild thing that a lot of people are now talking about this German tie to them and these saucers and technology and shit. So it's curious if you guys have heard it.
Too deep into it, but it's I don't know. It's crazy to think about, how, like, Toby said, that we all just don't really give a flying fuck due to the fact that we just have normal issues going on. And they're like, hey, did you know that this was real? And we're like, yeah, I mean, like, obviously we're not the only ones out there. Like, yeah, we get it. We get it. And they're like, we see him every day. You go, oh, that's okay. That's a little more fucked up than I kind of thought. I thought maybe, twice a year, maybe on Christmas, extended family kind of a relationship. No, they're like, those military guys like, we saw them twice a day. We kind of knew their plans. I'm like, the fuck? Damn. Like, surely, like, why are they only above water? And that always leads me down to, we're so worried about what's out there. How come we haven't continued to go down there in the water? You know what I mean? Aquaman. I don't know. It's fucking weird.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Like, I believe in movies like The Meg, where they go into the Mariana Trench and they're like, whoa, it's like a whole different ecosystem here. You're goddamn right it is. You're further down in the earth than we've ever been up in the earth. Like, there's shit down there. We don't know what's there. Are there still dinosaurs and crazy shit? I'm guarantee there is. I guarantee there's. Have you seen some of these bioluminescent fucking fish that they were finding while they were going around in the Mariana Trench? I was like, what the shit is that? And like, see, but it wouldn't survive if it got up higher. I was like,
yeah. Huh.
That's not our domain. Like,
it's not.
Why are we there? Like,
right.
This is how bad shit. This is how horror movies start. That's why the Meg and the Meg 2 are fucking movies. We don't belong down there, but we keep going. Just like we don't belong the fuck up there either.
No, I can't fly. Can you guys? I mean, I know you've been high enough, but I mean, that's a different kind of flight.
I mean,
allegedly.
I would love to get my aviation license and stuff like that to fly. I think that'd be super cool, but obviously I'm not responsible enough to probably do that. So probably never going to happen.
Yeah. And kind of to talk a little bit about, you guys were just saying, we don't know what's down there. That's not our domain. The time that people are listening to this, Shark Week just happened. Shark Week's over. There's all sorts of cool stuff for Shark Week. And me being a guy, I love Shark Week. And I don't know if you are a fan of Shark Week and stuff like that. Like, I've gotten to the point where I actually got a trial of Philo. I don't know how the hell you say it. PHILO.
Oh,
It's where you can watch live TV, some on-demand shit's like 20 something bucks a month. This isn't a sponsored thing or anything like that. I just got the free trial to continue to watch Shark Week because I was going through and I was like, you know what? I love, I don't know why. I'm a sucker for Shark Week. So I was like, fuck, I'm going to get on Reddit. Probably a huge fucking mistake. So I Google, well, not Google, I search in Reddit, Shark Week streams or Shark Week free streams or whatever. And it's like Shark Week free stream. So I'm like, sweet. I click it. And guess what the fucking picture is? Or the whole article.
It is a woman on her time of the month.
Cocaine
Close.
sharks.
No, he was closer. What it appeared to be a very slutty mom or grandma. And then the description under it said, come watch come watch Shark Week with me and fuck me. And I was like, what the fuck? And the image was blurred out. So I was like, what? And then I start reading the comments. I'm like, what the fuck? So I look at the subreddit. Guess what the subreddit name was?
I don't even have a guess. Don't even have a guess.
I can't even imagine.
Colorado sluts. And I'm like, you guys know that, like, so you guys stumble upon this. Are you clicking Colorado sluts because you're curious what it is, or are you just letting it go?
Denver's only 8 hours away.
I clicked it just for the show.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to inform you, I guess. So there's a whole subreddit called Colorado sluts, and every image blurred out. I'm going to tell you right now, didn't click them because I didn't know if it was going to be a dick, if it was going to, I didn't care. So I started reading just the titles of them and had a fucking field day. It was like back in AOL days where it was like 19F DT and all these initials. There was at some point some initials
ASL
I had no idea.
On there.
I don't know still what some of these initials meant. Just kept scrolling by, and it was more or less this weird like, hey, we're single, we want to fuck, and it was like a whole entire thread of just people in Colorado that just want to fuck. So I was like, all right, that's probably enough. That's a good conversation for the show. I'm assuming this shit's out there, and that's a whole different side of Reddit that I've never been on, and I don't think I'm going back. It's fucking.
Dude,
it was wild.
Favoriting this shit. That's gonna be like my number one thing. What the fuck? Like I said, Denver's like 8 hours away, and I despise usually the state of Colorado, but their ganja is a hell of a lot cheaper than it is in the state of Missouri. Like you can get an ounce for $100, and then you're telling me that I can meet 28F single, ordinary woman, whatever the fuck it is called nowadays, that just wants to watch Shark Week. Okay, you want to watch Game of Thrones? And I give you these Game of Bones. You know what I mean? Like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
28, your magic number, huh?
I couldn't think of a number, and I figured, I'm 33, 28 is not too young. I don't want to be like, oh, Ewan's a creep. I already am a creep, but let's not make it more obvious. You know what I mean?
I mean, you usually when you talk about women, and like Matt kind of has a point here. Like usually when you start talking about women and you do mention any age, you normally 28 is your go-to.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with you as to why, because 28's not so young that they're like going to be immature, the over party girl, shit like that. But they're not going to be so involved with their career that they're just fuddy-duddy. Like they're still having fun, but also know how to chill. Kind of
true.
Exactly.
And their bodies are like just about matured all the way at that point. Like
prime. You know what I mean? And they got their hoe phase out of the way, but still know how to, use it. It's still, I guess, just, haven't lost that, that edge. So it's either 28 or my go-to, my dream. If I were to be single today and I want to be set for the rest of my life, I would go for a GILF any day of the week. And I've explained this, I mean, if she's 65, 70, she don't have any teeth, wants to give me that gummer, that's a plus. I don't care. And she's going to give me that inheritance, and then her kid's going to be super pissed at me because I'm going to be 10 years younger than them, and I'm going to get all those millions and retire on the beach. And I'm only going to have to sleep with the lady maybe 100 times. Because, eventually she's going to start breaking that hip. I'm going to get in it. You know what I mean?
I'm going to let you know.
She's like, I broke a hip. Can't fuck for 6 weeks.
Angel's at that age, and she's got a kid at that age that she's getting ready. I mean, it's up to them as to when, obviously, but I mean, anytime in the past year to fucking 4 years from now, she could be a grandmother, man.
That's a whole different advertisement on other potential sites. It's going to open some new doors.
Speaking,
that's got to be taken, but we'll come up with something. We're pretty good at that.
Grandmasfriends.com.
That could be there. I'm finally a grandma.com. Maybe we'll check that out. We're much better spellers than previous people like D Lemon on the show, but I have to. I don't want to cycle back to this, but Colorado sluts. I want to read you the community description to it because I didn't do any of this reading and I just brought it back up. I'm not showing any of you guys. I'll send you the link if you want after, but if anybody wants to check it out on their own, it's just reddit.com/r/Colorado sluts. All right. About the community. This page is for the kinky and slutty people of Colorado to connect and share. All caps. Please read and abide by our rules. Your post must have some connection to Colorado. So do you want to hear the rules?
Yes.
Oh, dude, I'm fucking involved now. Shit.
There's only 7, so it's not bad. Rule number 1, must be from, visiting, or planning to visit Colorado. Must have some connection to Colorado in title. Seems like a pretty easy one, okay? No selling, no external usernames in title. SCIG, kick, OF, hookup with quotes, etc. So if you didn't know those were apps, I guess those are apps.
Would Rocky Mountain work? Is that one is that going to be? You think that one's taken already?
I think you.
Are you starting to think of usernames to be part of this thread right now, Euban? Is that what you're doing?
I've already applied for 3 jobs in the state of Colorado, guys. I don't know what you're doing.
I mean, all you have to do just to go to rule number 1, you just have to be from, visiting, or planning to visit. So if you're planning a visit only 8 hours away, you're allowed to be in there and post, I guess. But here, rule number 3, I need you to hear this one, Euban. No dick pics only. Your first pic cannot be a dick pic only. You make another pic first.
See, that's the thing is there's a gray area there. So you're saying that I can't hold like a McDouble in one hand and my dick in the other? You know what I mean? They're like, hey, you said no dick pics. And I was like, you said no dick pics only. This is a McDouble and my dick.
So I'm just showing you for reference.
You're McWelcome. There you go.
Rule 4, maybe this goes there. No spamming. No more than 2 posts in 24 hours. Seems fair. Original content only is rule number 5. Number 6, must include location in Colorado, gender, and age. That's me. And number 7, please share your successes. Be civil and report any abuse. So apparently, if you smash, I guess you got to go back and report it and just let everybody know.
This is a kiss and tell subreddit, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
I dig it.
Number.
I'm down.
That's a day drive.
You guys, if you spend a lot of time on Reddit, but there's like hot, new, top, or whatever. So I figured I'd give you guys the hot top 3 or something on, again, Colorado sluts. First one is who wants to go camping? Who wants to go camping? NSFW.
Okay.
Number 2. Unless you got something to say. Who wants to go camping? Again, image is blurred out.
Nope.
Not clicking it. If
nope.
you guys
doesn't say age or nothing.
It doesn't. It just says who wants to go camping.
Nope.
Could be. I'm guessing if it was me, a dick. It's probably going to be a dick, right? With the old, hey, I'm going to pitch a tent over here, joke. Maybe it's a female that is tent. I don't know. Maybe there's a tent pole in the woman. I don't know. Not looking.
Damn. Okay. Piqued my interest again. Okay.
Again, I'll send it to you. Reddit.com/r/Colorado sluts. Any viewers watching this, feel free to probably Grim. You can feel free to let us know, what you found if you're going to Colorado or moving. I know 3D printers will travel there. So number 2, where are my big dick Denver boys? Question mark.
God damn it, you found my fucking post.
Yep. Where are my big dick Denver boys? Don't know that. But like I said, when I accidentally stumbled into the first one with the shark one, the comments were pretty cringy. So if I click that one, it says where the boys at. The top rated one there is, you interested in saving a horse and riding this cowboy?
That is clearly Russell Wilson. If they're cringy, that is
Russell
that guy.
Wilson.
That is him replying to all it. Right on.
He's like Broncos country.
Tebow.
Oh, what is it? Let's ride or whatever they want.
Yeah, Broncos country. Let's ride.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Number 3, you like small ass with the peach emoji. 19F Denver.
Aiden. I love it.
Potential?
Too young. There's way
Too
too
young.
much drama involved in that. You
Mhm.
start pulling out age numbers that are 24 and below. That's immediate. Too much maintenance. Too much drama. I ain't no. Even
Top
when
comment.
even when I was like those ages before I got married, I would not stayed away from it. Still was looking for
100%.
women that were 25 years old or older. I'm like 24 and below. I don't got time for all your drama, all your paranoia about thinking I'm out fucking around on you. You know, just your immaturity, not being able to handle it. Goddamn, I don't know a single woman under the age of 25 that can handle a damn drink without going off the fucking rails. So I am not going to get in a fight because you took a couple of fucking fuzzy navels and decided to talk shit to some guy and turn around and go, my boyfriend will kick your ass. And I'm just standing over there in the back like, what?
19F. Favorite
Who
comment
needs
of that one?
bitches?
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I would
Yours
say
is
who
gonna be
needs
way
bitches?
funnier.
Who drinks fuzzy navels when you can be with bitches who can give them creamy navels?
Oh,
That was
or
terrible.
has in
That was-
potential Amish country who has fuzzy nipples, fuzzy navels, not nipples, fuzzy navels. Anyways, top comment in that one that made me laugh was, "You into fat guys?"
What?
The top comment voted up in the one that was the 19F. It says, "You into fat guys?"
You into fat guys?
See, and then you never
mean-
know like how big of a difference that's ever going to be because like someone can be like, oh, you know, I'm fat, and they're like, okay, you know, you're 190, you're 210, you know what I mean? Or there's dudes that are like, no, I'm like 635 guy, you know, I'm fat. It's like, okay, damn, you know what I mean? So how do you answer said question?
But here's the other thing, you know, props to that guy. Shooters shoot. This guy saw an opportunity. He's like, we'll see what she says. No,
Yeah, I mean, fuck. All right, down to the next one. But yeah, they just go on, and there's just unreal ones. I mean, yeah.
it does go to show you that any social media platform, people will do their best to either try or succeed into making it about porn.
Oh, 100%.
It doesn't matter what it is. Go to Clapper. Guarantee there's all sorts of shit on there.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok, we've found it and shared it on TikTok. Straight up sponsored ad, topless chick just bouncing around, and you're like, it's there. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what platform you're talking. And I don't know why I keep putting these on. There's no lenses in here.
I was wondering too.
I just didn't want Matt to feel like the only glasses guy tonight because Brandon's
I thought
not
you actually
here,
just took them off and cleaned them, and I was really confused.
you go like this, be like, what
Oh,
I don't
dude,
understand is that people fucking.
Oh, it's fucking
It's
Tom
just
Cruise.
if it's a social media platform, people are going to try to make it a porn site. It's straight up. Look what happened to Tumblr. Tumblr's like, we're getting rid of all adult, not safe for work content. And I'm like, well, you just fucked up. And what happened? Tumblr essentially went away, and then they were like, whoa, wait a minute now.
Oh, is that what
All right,
NSFW
we'll allow
means?
some stuff.
That's what it means. Not safe for work. I didn't know what NSFW meant.
You didn't know that?
Yeah, not safe for work. You didn't know that?
What the fuck? No, I would have just said not safe for work. I don't.
That's just
Oh,
the lingo, bro. You got to type it in real quick.
None of my buddies have ever sent me NSFW. I've just never seen it. I don't know.
No, I mean, that's on the sites. You know what I mean? Like, so Tumblr, I was a big Tumblr fan back in the day, too. You know what I mean? If you wanted specific shit, you're like, hey, and you're like, whoop. I'm like, oh, shit. You're just going through all this.
You are down a rabbit hole.
Oh, yeah. That's when, you know, if you exhausted, you know, Pornhub, you're on like page 134 and you're like, fuck, I just need some different shit. And you're like, Tumblr. And like you said,
or apparently Reddit.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, I tried Reddit a little bit, but it's too confusing for me. Stupid.
But Reddit said that they were gonna follow the way of Tumblr. And I'm like, and they talked about it for like 2 weeks, and then they saw what happened with Tumblr, that Tumblr essentially just was losing money fucking hand over fist. And they're like, nope, we're not doing that.
Nope.
Like, I'm sorry, but porn rules the internet. You want
does.
your sites to make money? Porn. They like
sex sells.
We're like, humans are depraved creatures. Porn
Yep.
sells. Sex sells. If it didn't, only girls dressed in cosplay doing AI trends on TikTok Live and having OnlyFans wouldn't be a thing.
It's true. That's true.
My wife has an OnlyFans, and we were just like, we'll just do boudoir photography, and everybody's just like, hey, is she gonna show, did she do close-ups? I'm like, no. They're like, oh, okay, bye. I'm like,
later. On to the next.
All right.
I got to read you one last one. Then we're moving away from Reddit, because this one just made me laugh. I wanted to start with this one, but I'm going to save it for the end. Speaking of shooting their shot. All right, just like the guy that was in your OnlyFans, just like the guy says, "Hey, you into fat guys?" This guy posts, "Who wants to let me put my Ken in their Barbie? I'm in Denver. Never had a threesome. I think it's time. Hashtag big dick. Hashtag Denver. Hashtag threesome. Not safe for work."
I mean, god damn. You said everybody, everything's turning into porn. I mean, some people are even changing, their usernames to "you've been whacking off," even on TikTok. It's pathetic. It's terrible. But sex sells, and I mean, I'm not opposed to a threesome. So, I mean, I don't know. It kind of depends what it is. It just, again, the age, preferably. The ideal thing is for them to be like in their 50s or 60s. And I'm like, hey, I ain't much to look at, but I'm half your age. I could probably keep up, And again, if they want to throw some money at me, some of their retirement fund, I'm here for it. I'll meet you at the Harrah's Casino. We'll have a good time.
That was probably you that I just had, because it said that it was just created about 15 minutes ago. And I've seen you looking at your computer. You just put that up there, didn't you? You can't come up with something better than who wants a Ken in their Barbie? Come on, you're better than that.
Dude, it's what's relevant. You gotta go what's hot right now. Okay, what was this weekend? The biggest box office thing. Okay, it's Barbie. All right. She's not.
So which one, who outperformed? Did Oppenheimer, was it Barbie or Oppenheimer that got the bigger box office?
I think it was Barbie. I think Barbie crushed.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I really want to see Oppenheimer. That looks like a fucking phenomenal movie.
Christopher Nolan is a badass.
To thenumbers.com, Barbie, 162 million, 4,243 theaters. Oppenheimer was 82.4, 3,600. Then Sound of Freedom, 19.8 million.
Just kind of goes to show you our fucking, America has become so uncultured that Barbie doubles something about the person behind the construction of the atom bomb.
Yeah.
And its effects in the world. And that's a star-studded cast. I will say this, though. I will consider myself as part of the uncultured because I am a huge Nicolas Cage fan. And he has a new movie that just came out, I think yesterday. And it looks good. Where essentially he just plays a psychopath that hijacks a guy, carjacks a guy, but has the guy drive him everywhere. He's like, you're driving. And he's just he's a lunatic. He's wearing all red. He's got a beard and he's just got a gun.
The Retirement Plan?
That may be it. No, that doesn't sound right. I think it's The Devil something or other.
Oh. Let's say the Retirement Plan is Nick Cage. Sorry. Nicolas Cage, his character's name is Matt. It's slated for August 25th.
It is.
Ashley turns to her estranged beach bum father to help escape a dangerous
Sympathy for the Devil.
Okay.
He's also Sympathy for the Devil.
Nick Cage is also going to be in The Retirement Plan this August, so maybe you have two things to look forward to.
And he was just in Renfield, which was a great fucking movie. If you guys ever get a chance to watch it, Renfield was a great movie.
To touch back on the whole Barbie thing as well, I will say that I think the reason why it did so well, the marketing for Barbie compared to, when
Oh,
Oppenheimer.
it was ridiculous.
I mean, it's a little
yeah.
easier to market Barbie than Oppenheimer, right?
Right. And from the people that I've heard that watched it, that from around my area and everything, I was like, how was it? And definitely, a female oriented. They said it's very inspirational. It's actually a very good movie. They thought it was going to be like a, just a very silly, stupid movie, whatever. And they go, no, it has a very wonderful message. It's a very powerful, meaning to it or whatever. And they thought it was great. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. But they're like, definitely for the ladies. Definitely for the ladies. I'm like, okay, either way. I've liked some good chick flicks. Like I'll watch it. I'm not opposed.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to go to theater. I mean, there's
Yeah,
probably this factor where, if you just go, let's be honest, if a guy looking like us goes to a theater to watch it by themselves, we're going to get some fucking looks. We're going to get some looks. I mean, I get interesting looks all of the time. So, I mean, whether I'm going to an event, or maybe even if I walk into McDonald's, we had a big festival where I was at today. It was fucking 60 degrees, raining. The kids are walking through the parade, miserable, freezing. I'm walking by all these people that were drunk from the night before. Apparently somebody was so drunk they fell into one of my favorite old drinking places parking lot, smashed their face, lots of blood in the parking lot, broke their neck, had to get flown to like a trauma center, more or less. That's how much these people love fireworks and fucking parades, I guess. I don't know. I can't get into it, but fucking freezing. And I walked maybe half a mile. I got offered 15 beers and a Long Island iced tea in my walk. And I'm like, I'm good. Going to get my kid. Not drinking. No, I'm good. You sure? No, come on, just shotgun one. No. I'm like, it's fucking 11 a.m. on a Saturday and it's 60 and raining. I'm fucking drenched. Thought it was going to be nice. Wore a sweet throwback Michael Jordan All-Star game jersey.
Oh, badass.
Fucking froze sweat. I mean, I look like a fucking idiot, but I don't know. I'm going to throw this out there. This was something else that came up in a conversation with me and some buddies last night, and I want to know your take. You guys eat fast food, right? Sometimes, or at least have McDonald's.
Occasionally, yeah.
I don't drink soda, so I really want your guys' take. From what I understand, McDonald's Coke or Diet Coke is apparently the best tasting, and it tastes different than everywhere else.
Yes.
And that's what they say.
It's
apparently it's real. There's a reason why.
Yeah, they get a specialized formula directly from Coke. They have a contract to have a different formula than that has more, I believe, more sugar and more. There's one other additive that's in it that they have that's been increased in theirs.
So I looked into it a little bit because, of course, me being a guy with my OCD and I kind of like to be right, looked it up. Apparently, 99% of the companies that get Coca-Cola to them, if you've never worked fast food or anything like that, it comes in a bag with the syrups and everything, and then you put it through there, you mix it. McDonald's is the only one that I found that it doesn't come in plastic. It comes in stainless steel containers that are chilled the entire time.
Yep.
And then, like Toby said, there's a little bit of a different formula, but they said the real reason, other than obviously that's a big factor, is they have a straw, and their straw is scientifically engineered to give you the perfect ratio of a drink to bring out the taste of it. So your taste palate, it hits differently than anywhere else.
Yep.
And I'm like, that is fucking wild. The amount of just little stuff that they do, from the grease to the salt in their fries to this and that, to how they can have the best tasting soda in the world, blew my fucking mind.
It's just like, what is they use the beef, isn't it the beef oil that they use to fry their fries in?
I can't remember, but it's some, yeah. I mean, let me look it up.
I don't know. I mean, it just,
yeah, they don't use like
get
vegetable oil or peanut oil or anything. They use beef oil, I believe, for their fries.
Now it's a blend. It's a canola oil, corn oil, soybean oil, hydrogenated soybean oil, and a natural beef flavor is in there. This one's a mixture.
Yep.
Fuck. That's
so
wild.
Matt, since you don't drink soda or pop or whatever you say, what are you eating? What are you drinking when you go to McDonald's? If you go to McDonald's,
if I go to McDonald's, I go with like a lemonade. I like lemonades, maybe like a fruit punch, or sometimes I'll just get their what do they have, Gatorade or Powerade, I guess it would be in this area. I'll get a bottle of blue Powerade.
See, that's what I'm getting. The Icy orange usually is my go-to, or a lemonade is usually my go-to. I don't like tea. I'm not a big tea fan, so
Me neither.
I always get looks. Everyone's like, "You don't like tea," and I'm like, tastes like dirt. Not a fan. Just give me some Gatorade, and I'll be just happy.
You a tea guy, Toby? Now that you live in the South?
No, I was a tea guy when I lived in the North. I don't drink tea
Fair.
down south because I don't need my drink to be overly sugared like I'm a fucking baby sucking on a Twizzler. It's okay.
You don't want to lose a foot.
It's okay for me to drink something that's as bitter as my fucking soul and my personality. So I like non-sweetened tea. I like plain tea. And when you say non-sweetened or plain tea here, they get mad at you. And I'm pretty certain they'll spit in your food.
Ooh. I might have to go there and get some food. I like that shit. Spit in my mouth and my food.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like I don't like tomatoes either. It has to be. I think there's only one fast food burger or sandwich that I've ever had where I'm okay with the tomato, and I think that's the Whopper. It seems to be the only one that the tomato somehow just seems to work correctly. But like chicken fillet sandwiches and regular burgers, things like that, I always say no tomato. 90% of the time, there's still a tomato in it when I get it.
See, I don't mind tomatoes, but the tea thing. I was just chatting. I followed a guy on TikTok. I was in a live for. You ever seen those Canva coolers or Kanga coolers? So it'll keep your drinks cold for 7 hours apparently, and you buy it. They have them at 12, a 24, and a 30. So you take the entire thing. You just say you walk in, you buy a 12-pack, slide it right in the cooler. It's got a magnetic top, so you just rip the top, and then you can get in there and get it, and it'll keep it cold just from you buying it cold for 7 hours. So, of course, TikTok Shop is a thing. They started doing there. It's funny because I hit them up last year in 2022. I was like, hey, you ever guys want to work together? Let's come up with something. I'll buy a cooler. We'll do a thing, whatever. And they're like, hey, we just don't have the budget. Fair enough, But then they popped. I think they've been on Shark Tank. They've really done some stuff. So they did a live. They're like, hey, we're trying out this TikTok shop. Not really sure if it works. So I was like, they had a deal 40% off because of TikTok. TikTok just, when you put some on the shop, they just throw coupons. You don't have any choice. So you might have a 30% profit margin. You're going to lose 10% if you put it on there, unless you mark your price up, because they'll do free shipping. They'll do 40% off. They just throw shit. So I was like, oh, I'm going to take advantage of this. So I ended up getting a cooler because they also said, we're going to throw in this $25 add-on. We're going to throw this $8 add-on. So I was like, shit. So I do. So I do that. And the cooler itself is really fucking cool. But I was hitting them up, and they're just like, through Instagram, they message her like, hey, what was your order number? And they're like, ooh, seeing this conversation. Sorry about that. We're gonna have a conversation. Let's see how we can be a part of the show. And I was like, cool. So I followed this guy that was in the live, and he this is a long segue. Sorry about this. To the Twisted Tea. He said there's this new tea drink that is out, and I don't know the name of it. And I tried to look it up real quick, but he said there's so many different. There's Twisted Teas and all this stuff, but there's one that just recently came out that he said is the best tea drink that he's ever had. So I wanted to see if you guys were tea guys. I'm going to look it up real quick while we're chatting, and you guys can fuck with me for this long segue, and I'm going to tell you guys because I'm interested. Maybe we try it.
So oddly enough, I'm not huge on like sweet teas and stuff like that, but I like hard teas. Like I like the twisted tea and things like that. I'm also more of an Arnold Palmer kind of guy. I like the lemonade tea mixture. So yeah, I mean, if there's a hard tea out there, I'll try it out.
Yeah, I mean, I drink Long Island's.
Long Island's got to be the most dangerous. That has to be the most dangerous alcoholic drink known to man. I've never had a drink that tasted that good that you cannot. And the amount of alcohol in it is just fucking ridiculous, but you can't taste any of it. And they go down smooth.
Scary. So for anybody that doesn't know, it's pretty much all the clear, isn't it? Let me see if I can, because from bartending, I think it's vodka, rum, gin, tequila, triple sec.
Yeah.
And then a sweet and sour mix and a splash of Coke too, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. All I know is that I remember the
It's
first time my
delicious.
wife ordered one, and they bring it in like this glass, like, and it's never in like a small glass. You're like, can I get a Long Island iced tea? And they hand it to you, and you're like, Jesus Christ, okay. So of course you're thinking, well, if it's in this big of a glass, it can't have that much alcohol in it. My wife downed 3 things about this size, and I was like, the first one, it was gone in like 5 minutes. She's like, that is so good. I was like,
Instant buzz.
okay. She goes, can I get another one? I'm like, I guess. Like, I had never heard of it. I was like, sure. I mean, I don't care. I mean, it's iced tea.
Oh, you
whatever.
didn't know how potent it was?
No, I didn't know. And my buddy looked over at me and he's like, hey man, your wife is like halfway done with her other drink. This is like 20 minutes total time between when she got her first one and when she's halfway done with her second one. I was like, yeah, I mean, she said she likes it. He's like, bro, you're going to carry her out of here. I was like, she's had 2 drinks. He's like, those aren't just drinks. He's like, that has got to be one of the strongest drinks that she could have possibly ordered. He goes, there's a reason that drink is like $25.
Mm-hmm.
And where we were at was a place where beers were only $1.50. A shot was only like $3. And I was like, it's how much? He's like, yeah, that's like $25 drink. I was like, what the fuck? And she finishes it like within the next 10 minutes, it's gone. And she was like, I need another one. She hasn't felt anything yet. She drank it too fast.
Yep.
And she gets like halfway through the third one, like over the course of the next 30 minutes. First of all, my wife already drinks fast when she does drink. But with the amount of alcohol that was in here, understanding how fast she was drinking, which to me was like her normal pace, I was like, oh, shit. Because he told me how much alcohol is in it. I was like, oh, shit. Yes. And it wasn't like another 30 minutes where she was like, so I was thinking I was like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. And yes,
so my buddy
I carried her out. I literally over the shoulder had to carry her out of a military ball.
Oh.
So here I am in my dress uniform, wife in this gorgeous gown, just.
Let's be honest. She wasn't the only one that got carried out that night. I mean, it has to happen.
No, it happened. I think just about every guy's wife.
Yeah.
At the military balls, it was like leaning on them. It's just like, I had such a good time tonight. You know, I don't like that lieutenant's wife. She's such a bitch. Fuck that chick. And you're just like, all right.
So there was a place when we were in, well, I say we were in college, when all my smart friends were in college and I would just go there and drink with them because I had a job and I didn't go to college. There was a certain bar that had buy one, get one free Long Island iced teas in a college town.
That's fucking dangerous.
Isn't it? So my buddy, we're in the, I would say, prime of our drinking. You know what I mean? He's probably, I'm going to say third year of college, second or third year, just fucking partying. You know what I mean? So we would go to these. And I was like, nope. I would do the buy one, get one time, right back to fucking beer. Because I know what's going to happen. And this is allegedly the same guy that was doing the remote stuff in that one episode we talked about. So he just would get into him, fucking slugging him, kind of like you were kind of saying, Toby. And then it would just hit him. But instead of having to carry him out, he would think, and you're going, he would have this weird switch where he's a very big, very tough guy where he would want to fight. But he very smart too. You know what I mean? And he would say, I can't fight right now. So the other switch that happened would be he wanted to sing. He would either fight or sing karaoke. The guy couldn't fucking sing. But in his drunken stupor, he thought he could sing. And guess what his song
he thought he was Pavarotti.
Know what his go-to karaoke song was? Thunderstruck. He would enter karaoke contest.
Did he intentionally do the? Was he? Oh God.
Oh yes. Thinking he sung it fairly good. I mean, so he listened to country music and AC/DC stuff like that. So he was like, I'm not gonna sing country and make everybody cry. I'm gonna fucking sing Thunderstruck and get everybody pumped. So he enters a karaoke contest, right? And he is fucking polluted to the point where one of our other buddies got on there, called back to earlier in the episode, Eminem. He sang an Eminem song. In his brain, fucking fantastic. Terrible. Fuck. So, and we didn't have our phones like, now where we could record them and all this shit. And I mean, he sings. I mean, he's fucking dancing. He's jumping on tables, singing Thunderstruck, getting into it, squelching like he's fucking right into it. And it's a contest, karaoke contest. He gets a prize and he thinks he fucking wins. He's going out to every bar after, showing everybody his trophy that he won. He was fucking stoked. He got a trophy for worst fucking performance and was so goddamn drunk he thought he won the karaoke contest.
Hey man, fucking you walk away with gold. Who else has got that gold? Doesn't matter what it says on it. You walked away with gold, baby.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So it was perfect. I mean, just strutting around there and fucking, oh man, I could go on and on.
We've got the meetup coming up, right? In October. And this is the 5th year in a row. And again, it's the 5th year in a row as well that I've had to explain to people, no, I'm not going to have karaoke at the meetup.
Thank God.
There are far too many people who have horrible friends out there that they're make you feel good friends. I don't need friends like that. I don't need a friend that's going to be, nah, dude, like everything you do is great. I don't need kiss your ass friends. I need real friends. I need friends like Euban, who's like, Toby, you talk too much. Shut the fuck up. I need Matt, who's like, nah, bro, I don't agree with you. I need those kind of friends. Too many people out in the world. And yes, you're in the chat right now. I guarantee some of you are in there where your friends have told you you have a great singing voice. I'm telling you, you fucking don't. And that's why we don't have karaoke at the meetup. There are too many people who their friends have been like, you sing like an angel. No, the fuck you don't. You sing like an angel that's on fire and is screaming for help. But your friends don't want to make you feel bad by not encouraging you. I'm the person to tell you right now, don't do it. Because if I brought karaoke to my meetup and you started singing, I'm going to be the person that says you shouldn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hurt some feelings. And I'm sorry, not everybody has a singing voice. I know I don't.
Yeah.
And I've had people tell me, oh, Toby, you can sing. No, the fuck I can't. I know I can't. Stop trying to encourage me when I know I can't sing.
I always surprise people whenever we always do like a karaoke night for our employee appreciation week. We do a whole fucking week. And that's usually one of the nights that we do is karaoke night. And so the times that I usually go to this thing, people try to get me up there and they're like, please sing, please sing. I'm like, I don't fucking sing. I don't sing. But I will always surprise them with, I know every single word to Bare Naked Ladies 1 week. So I'll get up there and I'll bust the rap out and everything else. And they're like, damn. And I'm like, can't sing, but I could fucking, I know the words to fucking Bare Naked Ladies. I can do it. I can do it.
But
that seems
the key to the people that can't sing is that you find songs that they're speaking lyrics and not singing lyrics. That's the key.
And I talk fast.
And they're, like you said, yeah, and not rapping, because rapping is different. Like you said, if you can talk one through there, man, I don't want to say this, but that's a brilliant move, Euban. And I know,
and everyone's like, damn, that's just really impressive. And I'm like, I know. And
they're like, dude, sing another one. And you're like,
nope. I'm just like, I'm only good for one. They're like, damn, imagine what he would do with these other songs. I'm like, just imagine.
Imagine all the people
float away. They're like, damn, that guy's a legend. I'm like, I know. But to circle back to the Long Islands as well, they fucked me over. I mean, we call these things baby makers around these parts. Them things are fucking dangerous. But
you can get it up after drinking them,
dude. Okay, so get me. I mean, I used to work at Dairy Queen, and I used to fuck in the fucking freezers over there, my guy. So there ain't nothing.
Aliens in the freezer.
It doesn't matter what's going on. You know what I mean? Like it could be -10. I could be outside and be like, boom, there it is, still ready to go.
Hold on, one question before you get into your story. If you go through a drive-through at Dairy Queen and they do like the test, do you instantly get hard thinking about the times that you used to work in Dairy Queen?
No, I fucking hate it because they goddamn always, every time I'm like, all right, go ahead and do it. And some of them don't fucking twist it. So I'm just like sitting there waiting with my hand. I always look like a fucking idiot. But then whenever I go to reach it, then they're like, and then I put my hand in the ice cream. I'm like, are you doing this shit on purpose? Like, are you doing, like, I gave you, like, I waited a polite 3 fucking seconds. And I'm like, okay, you're not going to do it. You bitch.
And you don't want to seem like a douchebag and be like, listen, back in my day, I used to fucking work here, and there's a fine line by that.
I'm like, hey, I used to fuck in that freezer, okay? You better give me that Blizzard right. But
Wait.
so anyways, Long Island. One time I was at a bar and we were throwing darts, and the guy that I was throwing with, he's like in his 50s. He always drinks Long Islands. And he's like, hey, this place that we were playing at, it was the opponent's bar. He's like, this place has the best Long Island. So I'm like, really? Okay, cool. Take a sip of it. I'm drinking it, and it's one of those big fish bowls. I mean, huge.
Oh.
And I think they were like $4.50, maybe $5. Not a bad deal. I'm like, okay, shit. And I'm drinking it, and I'm like, this tastes like water. I'm like, dude, I think they're fucking you over. I'm like, do you feel good? He goes, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good after about 1.5. And I'm like, this tastes like Aquafina. Like, this tastes like this shit's been sitting in plastic. Like, this is nothing. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I drink another one. I keep drinking them. And I'm like, lady, can you make them a little bit stronger? After the third one, I asked her, I'm like, hey, can you put some shit in it? Can I watch you make this shit? And she's like, and she's just pouring shit. And I go again, and I'm like, water. What the fuck is going on? I'm like, whatever. I go and order Domino's. I order $45 worth of Domino's for myself. I get over there. My tongue is on the window at Domino's. I'm watching them make it. I'm like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? And they're like, what's your name? I'm like, Brandon. And they're like, you ready? It's gonna be like 3 minutes, dude. Got a lot in there. I'm like, I know. Come to find out, that's when I had COVID. You know, whenever you lose your taste.
Oh shit! Oh,
yeah.
shit.
So, yeah, when that lady was like, "Hey, these are fucking strong, my guy," and you get a house round too, and I'm like, "Load that motherfucker up, let's go!" Like, these are pathetic. And she's like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's a champ. This guy can fucking drink." And so even when I go back, they're like, "This is the guy. He can put him down." And I'm like,
"You became the local legend."
Yeah, I was like, "I closed your bar down for 2 weeks, dude. Like, everybody got COVID." It was so bad. But I did. I couldn't even barely carry how much Domino's I ordered. And it was Domino's is right across the street too. So I mean, I literally, as soon as I ordered it, I just rushed right over there. And I just was like, I waited 10 minutes. I'm like, all right, surely it's done. Even though I'm watching the tracker, I'm like, it's not done. They don't say it's done yet. But they have this big old window, and I'm just waiting the entire time, looking like a fucking idiot. The fact that I didn't get pulled over that night, extremely impressive. Extremely.
If only you had ring cam footage of your drunk ass COVID pallet
coming home with fucking Domino's, just stumbling through the fucking door. Yeah.
$45 of just Domino's, and I could just picture you not making it into the house unless it was winter and fucking cold, and just sitting there just crushing it on your porch. Dad, where's the food? What food?
So it was November.
What food?
It was November, so it was like there was snow and everything. But I mean, I ordered everything from like wings, pizza, the brownies, the chicken bites. I mean, everything, and it was pretty much everything.
Did you get the lava cake?
Either
like the lava cake.
No, I think I got something else. It was maybe it was the lava. I can't remember, but if it was on that $5.99 deal or the $7.99 deal, I got everything.
You couldn't remember. You couldn't remember. Shocker. Wait, so you could taste the pizza and stuff, but you couldn't taste the Long Island iced tea?
No, that's the thing is, so I just kept funneling it in apparently until I was full, and I was just covered in just crumbs, garlic, fucking sauce, hot wings, everything. And I go in there, and my wife's like, "Holy shit, how much did you drink?" And I was like
water.
I was like 5 or 6. They were the weakest fucking drinks I've ever had.
Like, all I had was water.
Water.
Yeah. And then I was like, I can't taste anything. I was like, I couldn't taste it at all. And I was like, come to think of it, couldn't taste the fucking pizza. And I was like, none of this shit tastes good. And she's like, holy fuck, you have COVID. And I'm like, oh, fuck, that would make sense. I was like, that would make sense. And then next day he was positive.
Yeah. Then he pulled his pants down and said, swab me.
Oh, I was still erect. I was still able to get up that night too. And COVID couldn't keep me down, baby. That thing, nothing.
Yep.
The only thing.
Hey, congratulate. So speaking of that, congratulations to your kids. What, 3rd birthday at this point now? Because you made a baby that night, probably.
No, so actually, he was born in 2020, but that was so. Luckily, I was preventative. I was able to pull out of my driveway.
I was gonna say, did you have a COVID baby? Did you have a COVID baby?
So technically, he is a COVID. He was born during COVID. COVID, so he's technically a COVID baby, but he was not a result of COVID. So yeah, she was keeping me away for a while after having the baby. So thank God, COVID wasn't a worry.
COVID really gave me perspective on how my own family views my health. Okay. Sorry. COVID gave me perspective on how my family views my health and my well-being. I'm the only person in the house that hasn't had COVID. Everybody here has had it at least twice. I think my wife has had it 3 times.
Oh shit.
Based on the fact that she works at a retail store that has, well, not the cleanest people in the world visiting it. It makes sense. However, at no point in time did they ever say, hey, maybe you should go to stay somewhere else, or, we'll try to avoid being around. No. At this point, I was working at a desk right in the center of the house where everybody travels, hangs out like all day long. That's where I'm working. Wife is all over me. Kids coming up and talking to me while he's got it. Sam was here. Sam got it and came home from college to stay here. Just surrounding me with it. Like, one of these days, this fucker's going to get it and die, and we're going to make money. And this Highlander never contracted it. It's like a big fuck you. I know what you're trying to do.
Fuck you. I won't do what they told you.
That's right. I raged against that machine.
Yeah. You know what? I just looked at the clock for the first time, and
oh shit!
I think we hit our time. That was fucking awesome.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. All right. Before we bust into karaoke, we'll just we'll go and we'll just say goodbye. So thanks, obviously, Toby. He said his real name is Brandon, but he's still Euban. Fucking that little Russian little slut.
I hope
I'll be a Russian slut.
I hope Euban's super fan was happy with my lack of over talking tonight.
Rip dog.
Rip dog. I hope
Rip
you enjoyed
dog.
the podcast.
That's my backup account.
That's funny. We'll explain why that's funny after, but either way,
it's my chicken. I thought it was Toby's chicken. They're my chickens. I don't know if you can hear them.
He's just
I
like,
thought it.
Toby's chickens.
Okay. Well, there's no other way to say goodbye. He's got to go feed the chickens. They want some Dominoes. But either way, this was fun. Can't thank you fellas enough. And anybody that's still watching this for whatever reason, thank you so much. We'll be back Tuesday for Triple T, and we'll do this again Thursday. That's all I got. You guys got anything?
Download.
All right. All right.
Please.
We'll see you next week. This was episode 200. We'll be back for 201. That was fun. All right. Bye.